Hi, this is a very low effort video. I'm kind of sick and kind of no rainy, but I the other day I finished Soulshifter by Barbara Pietron, and this is a NetGalley book, and I wrote a review and stuff, but I thought I'd also record something because I guess I have the time. Anyways, some general data. This book has 296 pages. You can tell it's short but not too short, and like everything's compact. Um, Especially in the way some stuff happens, because it's clearly he's talking to this person and then this person and this person, and it's all very fast moving, I guess. It was first published in 2015. You can absolutely tell. I'll talk about this later. It's fiction, it's fantasy, it's mystery, and it's young adult. You can definitely tell that it's young adult. The main characters are teens. Adventurous, light-hearted, mysterious, and medium pace. I wouldn't exactly call it medium paced, but maybe I did at that time. I don't know. Maybe it is, because even though stuff like happens pretty back to back, it's not really exciting stuff, it's just shedding and stuff. Anyways, the synopsis. 16-year-old Jack Ironwood knew exactly what he wanted until he got it. Jack was content to stay unnoticed by pretty and popular track star Natalie Segedich until her best friend Emma disappears. Natalie swears something took Emma, and though most people write now Natalie off as traumatized and confused, Jack is a soul shifter, and he knows that humans stealing Inuki, Hell's messengers, are real. As a soul shifter, Jack can cross into the underworld, and so he sees Emma's rescue as an opportunity to prove himself a valuable member of his transcendental sect, and a way to secure a future otherwise out of his reach. Although he needs Natalie's help to prepare for the mission, Jack intends to go to the underworld alone. But as a viable plan takes shape, it's clear that the best chance of success means Natalie must accompany him. On the eve of the quest, when Jack is promised the hand of a respected elder's daughter, a dream come true, he realizes he is no longer sure of what he wants. But it's too late to back out, not with the sect and Natalie counting on him. Pursued by the Dark Lord's henchmen and ghastly mutant creatures, Jack and Natalie struggle to come out ahead in a battle and barter for their souls. In the end, Jack will have to decide his own fate, because nothing short of a deal with the devil will get all three of them out of hell alive. Now, for me, this is not a good synopsis, in my opinion. It tells us too much about the book because, by the way, he only gets to hell in like at the 70% mark. It's mostly them making a plan and stuff, and there are also some inaccuracies here. For example, when they say most people write Natalie off as traumatized and confused, Natalie only told her boyfriend what happened. Nobody else knows, and her boyfriend breaks up with her. So saying that most people write Natalie off as traumatized and confused makes it sound like this is also a story of a popular girl's popularity plummeting, but it's not the case. She's still very much popular. Um, and there's the whole um, respect the daughter, yada yada yada. It's the whole thing of the plan requiring them both is also kind of it's he doesn't want her there, but he's kind of she makes herself go there, and then they go on, I guess. um there's there's a back and forth, but initially that she's not supposed to go, and it isn't made clear that she must go, but she's stubborn, and other people say, yeah, maybe it's a good idea to have somebody else. Uh, I guess. But this is not a good synopsis, and if this sounds fun, you already know almost all of the plot, literally. It's just the book's basically this, but with more conversations, and Jack always gets beat up. That's basically it. Yeah, so not really a fan of the synopsis. The vibes, the way I treat this book, it's adventures. There's a lot of adventure. The whole thing is an adventure. It's mysterious because you don't really know how the whole health thing works. It's relaxing because it's really simple and really like you can see where the plot is going. And it's medium paced. I guess I've found it medium paced because even though a lot of stuff is happening, it's mostly stuff that doesn't really. Well, it's not that it isn't stuff that matters because it characterizes kind of the characters. It's more so that it's not as plot relevant as other stuff. It's not action packed or yada yada yada. No, it's just Jack has a lot of conversations. My state when I read it, I was in horrendous period pain. I don't know what's wrong with my birth control pill. I think my problem is that my body's getting used to it. So at first when I started taking it, it didn't cause me any pain, and then the next month it was a little pain, and then a little more pain, and then a little more pain, and now my period's basically where it was at. Also, this I had a horrendous period. Symptoms. I was seeing things. I was hearing things. I'd get confused all of a sudden. This to say, I was not in a good state. Also, I had a lot of work to do on my thesis, but I was forced to wait. I had these roadblocks that were, well, for example, right now I'm also supposed to be working on my thesis, but I have to wait for someone to open up something for me to be able to work. So I have to wait for that to happen for me to do things. So it's a bit, what am I supposed to do? It's that kind of stress that's very specific. But if you know, you know. The writing is pretty simple. It's effective. It gets the job done. However, when I said it was from the book was from 2015, and you could kind of tell, was because in 2015, 2016 there was, I think Orange is the New Black was coming out, and there was a lot more LGBT characters in a lot of stories. Often it wasn't very good portrayal, but there were more LGBT characters. That's when I got into reviewing books and stuff. I will not be giving you my blog link, by the way. Um, but there was more gay stuff coming out, and the characters in this book are straight. But and there were little bits in which the characters say they're straight because in this day and age you never know. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm straight. I swear I'm straight. It's just that I'm just making sure you know I'm straight because uh, it could be the author wanted to make the character straight and was weird about it. Because I don't know, homophobia, internalized homophobia or some shit. It could also be, oh yeah, I'm closeted. I swear I'm straight. Yeah. Um, but I'm more so veering toward the author was kind of weird and wanted to make the readers know that absolutely they were straight. Um, yeah, you know that bit in Midnight Mass when Riley's talking to I don't Theo from he's talking to the pregnant lady, and there's the bit where they're talking about um, pregnant. He says, I think, pregnant people, and she says, "Well, we tend to be women." You know how that's a bit transphobic. Yeah, it's kind of this. It was like it happened like 2 times, but it was a bit weird. I'll I'll tell you that. In terms of characters, they were pretty simple. There was the popular girl, there was the kid who was a nerd, but actually everybody wanted to get with him and he didn't know. Um, there was the goofball bestie. There was the jock who actually had anger issues and was dating the popular girl. Um, there were the parents who were usual, YA parents. There was nothing was particularly of note. I cannot tell you what these characters like other than each other and maybe rock music. But that's basically all the characterization there is. I mean, there are some sweet moments, but we don't get to see them. For example, when by the way, this is spoilers, I guess. I mean, the synopsis already spoiled it, but when they get to hell, the girl, I don't remember her name, she goes to talk to Emma, her friend, because when people are in hell, they kind of lose themselves mentally, and so she goes there and she wants her friend to get her memories back. So she brings a photo book and binders and stuff with memories of them because they've been best friends since forever. And we don't get to see that. We don't get to see their interaction. We see it from afar, and then Jack sprints off to go meet the devil, I guess. It's all very much there's a hint of soft moments that we don't really get to see. I wish we got that chance. Like getting, or hell, even getting a spin off book where we just read the girl's perspective other than instead of the guys, because the guy's fucking boring ass motherfucker. Like, I'd love to, see the inner monologue of the girl. Like, actually see her I know this is gonna sound mean. See her suffer the pain of losing her best friend, seeing her see her again, and see this guy who is trying to help but won't actually help her because he doesn't really want her to go as well. So he only wants himself to go, and he's basically only doing this for himself. And then I don't know, it's all maybe her point of view would have been more fun than the guys. I don't know. Um, the plot was simple, to the point. It's great when you're in pain, when you're out of it. It's just, those like simple YA books you read when you're sick. This is basically it. There's this religion in the book. Well, you know how Jack's a soul shifter. It's related to his religion, which is called the sect. And it was kind of fun because you got to read about this quote made up unquote religion, um, and this religion doesn't necessarily invalidate other world religions. Like there's a whole thing of there being different gods and stuff. So I did like that little detail. I'm not sure if the religion is cultural appropriation of anything. I mean, it potentially is because they're constantly looking for Indian burial sites. So yeah, the ending reminded me of Even Though I Know the End ends. Like if you know, you know. The resolution pretty fucking similar. I read it and I was like, Jesus, is this the same book? But it's not. And Even Though I Know the End, I think is like a couple years older, and it's a lot shorter and a lot more fun, and they're lesbian, so it's obviously better. And there's a brother sister relationship I really like, and I don't know, that one was a lot better. And the the ending being so similar kind of made me ooh, that one was better. Also, the ending kind of lays the groundwork for a sequel, but the author, like, I checked her bio and stuff, and I didn't check the pronouns, so I'm going by she, her because of the name, but if it's not, I'm sorry, I did not know any pronouns, and considering how she was about the straightness of the characters, I'm assuming she's cis and straight. Anyways, uh, she wrote that it's a standalone, but it feels like it's not, you know? The characters end this in a way that it's like, okay, so there's going to be a sequel, and then there's not, and then You go, oh, so this wasn't a very popular book, was it? And maybe it was written as a standalone. I don't know. I wasn't there, but it's just it feels a bit odd. It feels a bit odd, like when shows end in the middle of something, like fucking Dorohedoro, the first anime season. I don't know if there will be any more seasons. It ends in the middle of an arc, literally the middle of an arc. Um, and this one doesn't finish at the end of an arc, but it's clear that there's a way to add in more stuff. There's obviously going to be another book, right? And there's not. Overall, it was a fun read. It was slightly better than 3 stars, but never more than 4. I think I gave it 3.5, and I'm getting a pain behind my eye. Jesus. Fuck. Anyways, it was fun. It was short. I read most of it, like lying in bed, dying. I would maybe consider reading more from this author, i.e., this didn't completely throw me off of reading more of this author stuff. There was because sometimes books do that, like Magic Bitter Magic Sweet. I read it and I was like, I'm never reading anything from this author ever again. But this is not particularly the case. Um, I don't usually read YA. I think she mostly writes YA. If I have access to one of her books and I don't have to spend a lot of money on it, maybe the synopsis sounds fun. But yeah, I guess. Thanks for listening, and I'm still working on the weeb video. I've grown an obsession with fountain pens, and I'm maybe considering getting a coffee grinder and making cold brew with specialty coffee beans. I don't know. I'm sorry if this was scattered. I'm just dying, I guess. Not like medically dying, it's just I feel like I'm dying. Life's shit. 2023 is shit. Yeah. Bye.